How's it going? Pastor Ryan here. I wanted to make a quick video talking about why we selected the name of Boniface for the Christian Academy that we are meeting this Wednesday to discuss. Really excited about what the Lord's going to do through this ministry, but many have just wondered, where does the name Boniface comes from? Who or what is that? And why was that selected as the name for this Christian homeschool co-op that we're seeking to launch as a ministry of our church? And so in this video, I'm just going to quickly tell the story of Boniface. St. Boniface lived from the year 675 to 754, and his primary work was that he was an part of the Anglo-Saxon mission to the Frankish Empire, which would later become Germany. Sometimes in church history, St. Boniface is referred to as the apostle of the Germans or the primary missionary to the Germans. Boniface was a Benedictine monk who was passionate for the gospel's expansion and for Christ's glory amongst the nations. At one point in his life, he had the opportunity to take a high church office, and he turned down what would have been for him a status of prestige and certainly comfort in order to continue his very dangerous missionary endeavors to the Frankish Empire, which we'll go on to describe. But I think that just tells a little bit about this man. He was not one that wanted earthly glory, he wanted God's glory and was willing to risk his life to that end. At this point in history, the Frankish Empire, prior to the light of the gospel, was an incredibly dark and brutal, horrific, really place to go. Certainly not a safe place for anyone seeking to proclaim the name of Christ. They were committed to pagan worship of the Old Norse gods and were regularly committing brutal acts of human sacrifice. This was the mission field that Boniface was willingly and purposely sending himself into. And really, the central captivating moment in Boniface's missionary endeavors centered around the Donner's oak, this great and mighty tree, in other places referred to as the Thor's oak or the juniper oak. This tree was the symbol and object of the Frankish pagans' worship, and they believed that anyone were to even break a branch off of this tree, that Thor himself would instantly strike them dead with a bolt of lightning. And Boniface, seeing this symbol of their pagan worship, seeing the power that had over the people, and understanding the power of his God in the spirit of Elijah, intend made known his intent to fell this mighty tree in Christ's name. And he did. He boldly went and grabbed an axe and began to swing violently at the base of this Donner oak. And as he did so, legend has it that after just putting one small notch into this mighty tree, a great wind arose and the tree fell crashing to the ground, leaving Boniface and all the onlookers who were waiting to watch him be struck by Thor for this act left unscathed. And as they saw that Boniface was left unscathed, that their God and the symbol of their worship was impotent in order to do any harm to this oppressor, many of them converted to Christ that day and began worshiping the one true and living God. And one of the most powerful images of this story so not only did Boniface strike down this symbol of their pagan worship, and they converted as they saw that their gods were impotent to save them and that the one true God was the powerful one, but then he used that tree in order to build a chapel where that tree used to stand, so that now where they used to worship their false god and the symbol of the worship to their false god was now being used to worship in a cathedral the one true and living God. I think this is a wonderful story and symbol for us as we consider what we are hoping to accomplish in the children who are going to come to Boniface Christian Academy. In this academy, we are helping students to sharpen their axes, to wield for the sake of Christ's kingdom and glory, to raise bold and courageous heralds of the gospel who are thoroughly prepared to chop down the idols of our day and construct a great cathedral from the ruins. The namesake and legacy of St. Boniface serves as a powerful illustration and vision we have for what our students will accomplish as they are sent out to wield their axes in the world. And so we hope to raise up children who will chop down and who will build up. That is our vision. If you want to hear more about it, join us this Wednesday at 7 o'clock here at the church. We're really excited to share more about what we have planned. Grace and peace.